The deeper you move into spiritual awakening, the more you realize this. Not every battle deserves your presence, not every argument deserves your response, and not every voice deserves your attention. What keeps people stuck in lower consciousness is not just their ignorance, but your willingness to give that ignorance your energy. Every time you argue with a fool, you step down from your higher ground. Every time you defend yourself against someone who has no intention of understanding, you hand them your power. And every time you let stupid people trigger your emotions, you allow them to control you. The real power, the ultimate spiritual power, is found in ignoring them. Ignoring stupid people is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is strength. It is a spiritual skill that very few people master, because most of us are trained to fight back, to prove ourselves, to win. But the chosen ones, those who awaken to higher consciousness, understand something the rest of the world does not. The highest victories are often silent. When you refuse to react, you refuse to be controlled. When you ignore stupidity, you protect your energy. And when you protect your energy, you rise above the noise into a level of peace and clarity that most people never touch. Now let's get real for a moment. How many times have you wasted your time arguing with someone who wasn't even listening? How many times have you repeated yourself, explained yourself, tried to make someone see sense only to realize they had no interest in truth at all? They didn't want your wisdom. They wanted your reaction. They wanted to see you frustrated, flustered, or angry, because that gave them a sense of importance. They wanted you down in the mud with them, fighting battles that have no winners. And if you look back honestly, you'll see that every time you gave them that reaction, you lost something valuable. Your peace, your clarity, your focus. That is the cost of engaging with stupidity. The secret is simple. Stop paying the cost. Your energy is your currency, and stupid people are the worst investment you can make. They will never give you growth. They will never give you clarity. They will never give you peace. All they give you is noise. All they give you is distraction. And when you spend your attention on them, you rob yourself of the focus needed to build your higher self. The moment you realize this, you awaken to a new level of wisdom. Ignoring them is no longer difficult because you see what is at stake. You see that your life is too valuable to waste on nonsense. Here's the twist. Ignoring stupid people doesn't just protect you, it destroys their power. Foolishness thrives on reaction. It's like fire that feeds on oxygen. Every word you give them is fuel. Every reply is gasoline. The more you argue, the bigger they grow. But when you go silent, when you walk away, when you choose peace over pride, you suffocate the fire. It burns itself out because you refuse to feed it. That is why ignoring stupid people is the ultimate spiritual power. It is not just a shield, it is a weapon. It is invisible but unstoppable. Think about this. You're walking through a crowded street and someone starts shouting insults at you. You have two options. One, you stop, you shout back. You let their noise become your noise and suddenly the whole street is watching a fight. Two, you keep walking, calm, unbothered, untouchable, and within minutes no one even remembers their words. Which option leaves you stronger? Which option leaves you free? That's the difference between lower consciousness and higher consciousness. The foolish believe they win by being louder. The wise know they win by being untouchable. Let me share a story. A man once went to a teacher and said, "People keep insulting me. They call me names, they laugh at me. They try to bring me down. What should I do?" The teacher smiled and asked, "If someone gives you a gift and you don't accept it, who does it belong to?" The man said, "It belongs to the one who tried to give it." The teacher nodded. Exactly. Insults are gifts you never asked for. If you don't accept them, they remain with the giver. That is the essence of ignoring stupidity. When you don't take it in, it doesn't touch you. It stays with them. The ego hates this lesson. The ego whispers, "Don't let them disrespect you. Don't let them talk to you like that. Don't let them win." But here's the hidden truth. They only win if you react. They only win if they can pull you down. They only win if you step into their chaos. By ignoring them, you win twice. First, you keep your peace. Second, you leave them with nothing. No reaction, no control, no victory. You turn their attack into emptiness. That is the strength of higher consciousness. That is the secret the awakened know. But let's go deeper. Why is ignoring stupidity so hard? Because humans crave validation. We want to be understood. We want to be respected. We want people to see our truth. And when stupid people deny us that, We feel we must fight to prove ourselves. But here's the awakening. Your truth doesn't need their validation. Your wisdom doesn't need their approval. Your higher consciousness doesn't need their recognition. The sun doesn't need people to believe in it to shine. It simply shines, and so must you. Ignoring them is not about pretending they don't exist. It's about refusing to let their blindness dictate your light. Think about the energy shift that happens when you master this. Instead of being drained by every insult, you become fueled by peace. Instead of being distracted by nonsense, you stay locked into your purpose. Instead of reacting to ignorance, you grow in wisdom. The chosen ones rise because they refuse to be pulled down. They guard their energy like treasure. They understand that their focus is sacred, and they know that stupidity has no claim over their attention. Here's a practical truth. When you stop reacting to stupid people, your life immediately feels lighter. Stress decreases. Anxiety fades. Focus sharpens. You find yourself with more energy to create, more space to grow, more peace to enjoy life. It's not just a spiritual secret, it's a life hack. Most people are exhausted not because of their work, not because of their dreams, but because they're constantly drained by foolishness. Drama, gossip, pointless arguments, these are the real thieves of energy, and ignoring them is the ultimate protection. Let me show you another perspective. Imagine your mind as a house. Every time a stupid person knocks at the door with insults, nonsense, or chaos, you have a choice. Open the door and let them in, or keep the door shut. Most people open the door every time, letting chaos sit on their couch, eat their food, and leave a mess. The awakened ones? They don't open the door. They hear the knock, they smile, and they stay at peace inside their home. That's the difference. That's the mastery. Ignoring is not about pretending the knock isn't there. It's about knowing not every knock deserves your answer. And here's the higher level of this truth. Ignoring stupid people is not just about them. It's about you. It's about who you become when you refuse to be pulled into foolishness. You become calmer. You become clearer. You become more powerful. Your spirit grows stronger. Your mind grows sharper. Your life grows freer. The greatest leaders, thinkers, and wise souls in history all shared this trait. They refused to waste their lives on nonsense. They rose above it. They chose silence where others would have chosen conflict. They chose focus where others chose distraction. They chose peace where others chose noise. This is the ultimate transformation. When you stop being a reactor and start being a creator. Stupid people react. They live off emotion, impulse, chaos. The awakened create. They use their energy to build, to rise, to grow. Every time you ignore stupidity, you choose creation over reaction. You choose growth over distraction. You choose power over weakness. That is why ignoring stupid people is not just survival, it is spiritual evolution. So here's the challenge for you. The next time someone tries to drag you into their drama, pause, breathe, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Is this worth my peace? Is this worth stepping down from my higher ground? If the answer is no, and it almost always is, then walk away. Protect your energy, keep your focus, guard your peace. And remember, ignoring them is not weakness, it's power, it's wisdom, it's freedom. The world is full of noise, but you are not here to drown in it. You are here to rise above it. You are here to awaken, to grow, to live with clarity and strength. And the spiritual secret that will take you there is simple. Ignore stupidity. Let them shout, let them mock, let them spin in their circles. You stay still. You stay silent. You stay strong, because your silence is louder than their noise. Your peace is stronger than their chaos, and your focus is greater than their distraction. That is the ultimate spiritual power. If this message touched you, thank you for staying with me until the end. Protect your energy like treasure. Guard your peace like it's sacred. And if you want more wisdom that helps you rise above the noise, like this video and subscribe. This is not just content. This is guidance for your awakening. And the more you practice it, the higher you rise. Remember, ignoring stupid people is not about them. It's about you, your journey, and the spiritual power that only grows when you choose peace over pride, silence over noise, and wisdom over foolishness.